We had a great start. I think those 2 games are extremely important to, one, the start of our season, get a couple games under our belt. They're in-region games, very important for our future. I think we had a bit of a slow start against Davis and Elkins, and then came out in the second half and thought really took control of the game, showed our leadership, and just kind of had a change of passion and energy. I think the first part of that half was just uneasiness, and it is your first game that's countable, and they know how important this weekend was. So I think once those jitters got out, we were a much better team. That carried over to Saturday. Ursuline was very disciplined, really good passers, great post player, and then a returning player of the year from their conference on the team. And they took it to us. It was back and forth for the entire first half, 3-point game going into halftime. And then we came out of halftime and went on a 10-0 run. And I think we talked at halftime, we talked about what we want to accomplish and kind of stepping up. And we did that and kept our lead. They made a couple runs at us, and we kept expanding and kind of went one possession at a time with getting a stop and a score. They embraced that, and I think they loved the way that it felt after that win and to beat a good team like Ursuline. We had a lot of people contribute, and Lindsay's leadership the first game, obviously with her efficient play, and she just kind of took over and got the job done. The next night, it wasn't as many points, but 8 assists, 12 rebounds. I mean, it was an unbelievable effort and weekend by her. And then to have Kelly Guy compliment her that next night and have the game that she did, 7 for 10 from 3, and just being explosive and understanding your role on the team. She's a shooter, and if you hit one, you need to keep shooting. And she had that mentality, and she had a really quick release, and it was good. It was good to see her step up and embrace that role. We had Hannah Stoll came in and really shut down the player of the year on Ursuline's team and took 2 charges on her, eventually getting her out of the game at the end, which was extremely important. And that's very, very tough to do, to get 2 calls on somebody, and she did. Michelle Lefebvre came in and gave us a huge spark off the bench. I think she got some really good and much-needed confidence moving forward. And then Elizabeth Kelleher had 2 second halves that were really good throughout the weekend, and I think she's starting to realize what it feels like to have that success and to get to the basket and to get to the free throw line, and that's going to be a huge part of our success moving forward. With the back-to-back days where you have to make sure that the minutes are you're careful with the minutes, you're aware of the minutes. Preparation time is limited, and so you have to trust what you've been working on for the past, for some of them 4 years, for some of them 2 months. And so we've gone back to, we just have to play good, solid, fundamental defense in order for us to be successful. And that's a lot of what we talk about. But you got to trust your preparation and what you've done in the preseason to prepare for this. If you can't go, they run exactly this play, they run exactly this play. And I think we did a good job of that. Moorhead, we play first. They're a top 25 team in the country, very fundamental, very much like us, really good defensively, good passers. Their point guard's really good at getting to the basket. She does both. She can shoot the 3. They have a drop-dead shooter, and their post player is a returning conference player of the year. So they have a lot going for them. But, we're up to the challenge, and I think feeling the way that we felt after last weekend, we're ready to kind of keep that going and challenge ourselves for this weekend coming up. I think sticking to our fundamentals is going to be huge, taking care of the basketball and defending. We can't let any of their top players get going on any of the teams. And I think if we're confident and excited and play with energy and play with the passion that we are capable, it's going to be really helpful for us.